Well, the hits keep on coming from KZN. We're back there for more feature action this weekend. It is Oaks and the Derby weekend. We'll be back at Hollywood Bets Gravel on the turf for their program, which will be a part of the weekend's racing locally. That is the 15th. Father's Day and Youth Day weekend are both falling on the 16th of June. Wherever you are, we welcome you to Wager to Win as we preview weekend racing, proudly brought to you by Betway. Right, we've got our main man in a studio. He has been in good form. In fact, the team have been in brilliant form. And let us hope that they haven't left the best during the weekend. We can still profit from their wisdom. Mr. Marie, he is in studio. Mr. Marie, a tough card, as you had said earlier on, and you love the card, and you certainly tipped as if you did like the card, and hopefully you have got the bank balance to show for that.
Yeah, I think we found a few good winners
very
yesterday.
good. Yesterday, Bomb, I actually, when you sat here, I mean, I never defy you, especially with the big price odds. But Bomb, I thought, hang on, he's now losing it. He's losing it.
But I think I've left the best for last.
Oh,
That's
great
on
stuff.
Sunday.
Oh, great stuff. We
It's on
look forward
Sunday
to
out
that.
at Turfentine.
We look forward to a good Father's Day presents from you. What about the card at Gravel? A good card, competitive card?
Yeah, let's hope we can show a profit. We can just double our bet
All right.
Sunday.
Okay. Anything for us in race one?
Yeah, I think we've selected a pick 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you so much.
We are bankering this favorite in the first leg of the pick 3.
Okay.
Cecil, 2 lovely efforts to date.
That's a Zavernian goddess.
Yeah, actually on debut, she should have won on that occasion. She was desperately unlucky, balked. Next time out, showed a lot of interest in running. She learned from that. She went to the front. Just found one too good for her on the day. Now, Mr. Glenn Cotton will, excuse me, says, will have a line.
Yes.
Because he trains the filly that beat the favorites.
Yes.
And he trains the second favorite of the year. So he will have a line, but I think she'll have to be really, really good on debut to get the better of Vernian Goddess. You know, Sweet Dreamer, I had a look at her breeding. Does that damn ring a bell?
Which one?
Eurythmics.
Eurythmics, yes.
Eurythmics.
At half sister. This is a Sweet Dream as a half sister. I did look it up. I'm not trying to
Cruise
be clever
Control.
here. Cruise Control, who ran less than a half a length to our friend
Lucky Lad.
Lucky Lad in the recent Golden Horse Sprint.
Correct.
8-time winner. Oh, 11-time winner, I think it is. Yeah. Wow.
So yes, a confident selection in the first leg. If there is support for the 4, I think you can take the straight line exacta.
Thank you very much. There it is, 3 by 1468. By the 9, that second leg, of course, is the start of the Bipod. That is where we head to next. All right, so we get to our first big exotic on Saturday. It is, of course, a www.tabgold.co.za maiden plate over the 1400 that sees the start of the Bipod race number 2 off at 12:20. You have to be on then. And we've got the 1 Vinegar, or Varga, I beg your pardon, Varga at 33 to 10. Sorry, Mr. Marie. It is the 11 I Salute You at 15 to 4, 5 to 1, and better by those. Tells you that I need a new script for my glasses. Anyway, but Varga, MJ, we saw him to good effect last week in the first race of Hollywood Bets Gravel. They had banked, I think they had backed the specialist, and that came through to win, if I'm not mistaken, the same silks. And Marco van Rensburg this time gets the ride. I was just wondering aloud with Nino earlier on whether Marco and Craig will be fit to ride. They were stood down yesterday, but so far no indication that they're not riding.
I think I read somewhere that Marco stood down with dehydration. So,
okay.
Yeah, he should be riding.
All right.
Yeah, tricky race, Cecil. I think MJ Ordinal stable certainly come to form.
Yes.
Like you say, he ran. He had a winner with the specialist, and then he had a second during the week with quite an outsider.
Yes.
Mystique Rouge or something like that.
Yes.
But anyway, I've included Varga in the bar pot. I've also included French Flame. Now, last time out, Cecil, he actually ran alongside a horse called Daring Dash, who in his penultimate start ran 4th behind Great Plains. Now, Great Plains came out and won the Sledgehammer, so that form line's looking good. I think he'll go well. He's got the fitness on his side. James Richard got a feel of him last time out. He'll know him better in a race. He did improve over the mile. He does come back in to the 1400. Let's see how it goes. But you know what? Number 8, Future Flow. I'm not discounting his chances over here. Now, I know Varga's got a lot of more scope for improvement, but in my mind, 1,000 meters is way too short for Future Flow. He's having his peak run, stepping back over 1,400. He goes handy. I wouldn't be surprised to see him feature. So my top pick happens to be the Dean Canama trained French Flame, number 4, but I got respect for 1, 6, and 8.
1, 6, and 8 will be the opening leg, as was the case with that pick 3 that was suggested from race number 1. Banker to follow in race number 3. That'll be the second leg and also the start of the place accumulator. Will you find a ray source this afternoon on this afternoon's Greyville card, or tomorrow afternoon's Greyville card, that you can take into your fancy on July Day? That is, of course, the big one. Is it the Green with Envy? Is it See It Again? Did you see enough to suggest that See It Again is finally ready to crack that big Group 1? Let us know on our X handle or via our WhatsApp number. Now, we've got a scratching in race number 3. That's a 4 Triton. Very few scratchings have come through, and we've got a 6 to 10 favorite in, I often say, and I feel very guilty of keep saying this, Group 1 placed number 9 at Taxhaven, still a maiden at 6 to 10, 7 to 1 about the 6 Fire Force. Now the 11 Ironmonger, that is at 17 to 2. It says 10s and better bar those. Is it a mental thing or something? Because you put Taxhaven against winners, seems to grow an extra leg. Put him against horses that shouldn't even be in the same race, and it's battles.
He won't battle on Saturday. I don't think he'll come off the bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that Derby run looks outstanding, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
I mean, he finished alongside Pure Predator, who came out and won the Grade 2 Colorado King.
Yes.
And Hotter Ruby, who actually ran second in the Grade 2 Colorado King stakes. Cecil, yeah, what I like is the blinkers come off. Now, he is very small. He's a small son of Erupt. He actually looks like a little bit of a pony, but he's good enough to break through the maiden ranks. The blinkers come off. I like that because in his last start, when Strunsky beat him quite convincingly, he travelled too hard. He was travelling too fiercely. And Craig, I think it's Craig's suggestion, take the blinkers off. I've had a look at the field and his opposition. There's nothing that can match him over here. Yeah, there are horses that can improve that are being stepped up in trip, namely the 2 Frank Robinson sorts, but they haven't shown enough to get it right in their third starts. So let's hope Taxhaven drifts and we can get on, because I don't think Craig will have to move on him.
All right, so that is confidence of the ultimate kind from Mr. Marie about the Paul Matchett runner finally getting that maiden tag out of the way at the 16th time of asking. Well, we're heading to the July weekend, and that's, of course, the first weekend of July. And in race number 4 this afternoon, again, tomorrow afternoon at Hollywood Bets Greyville, we have the winner of the last edition of the Cape Met, and that comes in the form of Double Superlative. This afternoon to be partnered by Richard Fourie. On that occasion was partnered by UK-based jockey Daniel Muscat, and upset the odds very much so on that occasion, winning at a price of 33 to 1. Nothing like that this afternoon, I'm afraid, or Saturday afternoon. It is evens. 3 to 1 about the 3 Triple Time. Inform 1 and Lady Heist 9 to 2. 5 to 1 about the 2 Get Him Breast. It is 12 to 1 and a better bar those. Bullishness hasn't had that run since the 27th of Jan, and I'm looking at the stats running fresh. 4 starts, 2 seconds and a third. Any hesitation on your part?
Yeah, firstly, I would have liked a comment from Mr. Snaith in the front of the computer form with regards to his well-being. I mean, the last race he contested was the WSB Cape Met.
Yes.
Sprung a bit of a surprise, not for some though, but yes, we know his capabilities. We know he's got the class to do it. If you have a look into the ratings over here, you're going to be a little bit put in the dark, Cecil, because these horses have earned their ratings over much further. I mean, Double Superlative earned it over 10 furlongs, Triple Time 2,800. So I do have my doubts because he's returning from rest and actually stud. I believe he was going to stud, and then there wasn't enough interest.
Yes.
So Mr. Johnson brought him back. But yes, Cecil, I think he certainly can get it right. Triple time, second best in of year, but like I touched on, this is still on the sharp side for him.
Yes.
So I'm leaning towards number 2, the stable companion, as the likely danger. Get impressed. I liked his local debut. It was workmanlike in the KZN province. And then last time out Cecil, you can see everything went wrong. He never got handy. He was racing fiercely. You can just put a line through that. He has got racing fitness on his side. He is distance suited. He's got 52 to shoulder. He's going to go handy with Muzi in the irons. So he can potentially keep rolling, but the class package in the race, double superlative, is expected to mow him down.
Right, so Mr. Burrows has a couple of bankers to start that pick 6 that he sent through for us. So we wish you well, sir, wherever you are. A good week may continue in the week into the weekend. Banker 5, banker 4, and then a field in leg 3 and horses, horses, horses. All right, you're still watching, you're still with us, and this is, of course, a way to win for Saturday. It is Derby and Oaks at Hollywood Bets at Greyville. And, of course, this show is proudly brought to you by Betway. And, of course, our stalwart is in the studio with us, and that is Daryl Murray. Now, we're going to touch on a race number 5, Affiliates and Mares 96 handicap. We drop all the way down at 2,000 meters for that first leg of the first jackpot. And here we've got a runner that is seemingly upwardly mobile, and that is the 4 Pretty Victory at 15 to 4, 15 to 10, 15 to 10, please note. 7 to 2 about the 2 on cue. The 6 Kindred Archers at 11 to 2, 6 to 1, and better bar those. So that is a Pretty Victory. Looking for that third win in as many starts, and overall it would be win number 4 from a total of 6 outings.
Yes, Cecil, her turn of foot that she's shown in her latest 2 victories has really been eye-catching. I can't deny that fact. I mean, she's travelled sweetly in her races, just off the pace.
Yes.
And she's quickened up smartly. But I just want to add that those victories have been at Scottsville over 1,200.
Yes.
That's a testing 1,200. Yeah, it's 1,000 at Greyville.
Yes.
It's chalk and cheese. So it is a small field. So she won't be too far off them, turning for home. She has gone up in the ratings, but she's highly regarded, and she can certainly make it a hat-trick of wins. I like her chances, but I don't think it's as clear-cut.
Okay.
Have a look at, firstly, let's just touch on Maquette.
Yes.
You know, she won that 400-meter dash.
Yes. I didn't know. I didn't actually see the race.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, so
and
there's
well done, by the way. Sorry to change subject. You tipped a 15 to 1 on Wednesday, and that was in the same source as Marquette.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Poppy or Bayou.
Poppy or Bayou.
Have a look at number 3 over here, War Empress. Now, strictly on form line, she's as much as 8 kilograms better off with no filter for length and a half beating. 10.5 kilograms better off with Maquette for length and a half beating. She's got 48 to shoulder. I think she has to be competitive with that weight. And then on cues as consistent as they come.
Yes. So basically you do have the 4 at the top of your ticket, but you are looking to beat it.
I'm going in order 4, 3, and 2.
4, 3, and 2, and of course Mr. Burrows. We saw that in the pick 6 in leg 2, he banked the 4, and that goes by the name Pretty Victory. All right, the first of the big ones on Saturday at Hollywood Bets at Greyville. It is the 2024 renewal of the Tab Gold Derby. It's a grade 3. And it's over the 2,400 meters. And a favorite in our derby for the 2024 season is, without question, that is the 10 to be partnered by Rachel Fennicker at 28 to 10. The 1 Cape Eagle, 15 to 4 now in from 4 to 1. 5 to 1 is the 2 one-way traffic. And then you've got the 3 Future Pearl. Now, Richard has reunited with a successful companion from last season in KZN, and that is a Future Pearl who is at 5 to 1. 11 to 2, and a better bar those. Son of Fritura has had a few runs, ran on the 27th on that finale day, and that was behind Pure Predator, whom you alluded to earlier on in the Colorado Stakes. I'm sure can only improve. Sean has this method of his of bringing them on to peak at the right time.
You hit the nail on the head, Cecil. This horse has been brought along slowly with this race in mind. And what I find interesting over here is Richard has opted to, he's ridden one-way traffic in his last 2 starts. He's opted to take the ride aboard Future Pearl. like you said, this has got the come on look about him. Prep runs over distances short of his best. Now goes the 2400. Looks like he's going to be right there at the finish. I think the value in the race is Aragosta. Now, last time out, the race went all wrong for him, pear-shaped. He's a one-paced sort, Cecil. He has to be up on the pace. He's got fitness on his side. Muzi, I've got no doubts, he's going to try get handy, if not lead on this horse. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him keep rolling because he does have the ability, and you have a look at the ratings over here, he's fairly well in. So I'm going with the value in the race, Aragosta. I got respect for Future Pearl and One-Way Traffic. Zeus, a little bit disappointing in his last two starts. I don't know what you make of it.
No, I don't know, actually.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Let's hope he bounces back to his best. But for me, the value in the race, Aragosta.
Aragosta is a value, and that's at around 11 to 2. And that is part of the first leg of Darryl's latest pick 3, which starts in race number 6. Please be reminded that race number 6 on the card is also the first leg of the second and final jackpot. 2, 3, and 5. You could use those as your template for leg 1 of the jackpot, but that is the way of the first leg of the pick 3. All right, the second of the big ones, and I'd say on status alone, this would be the top liner because it is a grade 2. This is the Tab Gold Oaks, the 2024 renewal over the 2400 meters. And here we've got a favorite in the form of My Soulmate. And My Soulmate will once again be partnered by what has been a previous rider, and that is Mr. Richard Fourie when they ran in the Gerald Rosenberg, and that was 2 runs back when beaten by Beating Wings, and that was just by a half a length. That is the 1. And then looking at the 8, Sarki, 3 to 1. I thought Cornley was very, very bullish the last time out and never quite reproduced. That is the 8. Future Girl is at 6 to 1, 7s and better bothers.
Yeah, Cecil, you know, Sarki, when she won, what was it, the East Coast?
Yes.
In her penultimate start, I mean, she turned it on very, very impressively.
Yes.
And then last time out in the Woollavington, I think you can just put a line through that. I'll tell you why. You know, in the East Coast, who finished alongside her? Future Girl. Then they went to the Woollavington. They met each other again.
Yes.
She was 3 kilograms better off and had the beating of Future Girl, yet Future Girl finished in front of her. So I thought that was a flat second run after rest. She also got interfered with Hold Your Hand or Hold My Hand, made her run on the extreme outside and took Sarki out. She had to be eased for a number of strides. So although the current favourites, my lady Candice Dawson's filly, My Soulmate,
yes,
hold Sarki, I'm not discounting Sarki's chances over here. Like I say, I'm of the opinion she's much better than that Woolhavington run. So I do believe 1 and 8 to fight it out, and then Future Girl for the 3rd position.
Hold My Hand is the horse you were talking about. That was Craig Zaki aboard. I think that was for Glenn Cotson, if memory serves me right. Right, so that is a pick 3 suggestion. Darren Burrows is the man who's selected the latest pick 3, which will run from race 7 to the conclusion of the meeting, race number 9. And at the back, he's just got the 2 horses, 1 and 8. And that is going to be the 8, that being Sky Tricks, and the 1, that is Kylene. We'll talk more on Kylene when we get to race 9. All right, so now we move on to a merit-rated 84 for our penultimate event of the afternoon. It's the Gallop TV YouTube channel, merit-rated 84. Once again, drop in trip to 1,400 meters. And a favorite here will be Ross Kadesh for a stable that has certainly made their intentions clear in this current season. That is the Dean Calamay stable. They do have a satellite yard there, but they've reinforced with Western Cape-based horses, and they are really making their mark, and that is at 3 to 1. The 13, Strathclyde. Now, that is Tony Riveland and Richard Fourie at 11 to 2. Nibble from 6 to 1. 7 to 1 about the 4. That is Apache's Son. Good to see Mr. Zaki, Tyron Zaki, after his win on Thursday. He's rated with the same silk horses, and that is Apache's Son. Now, let's hear from our man, Mr. Marie. And, of course, you are a favorite amongst many because of your search, indeed, with Mr. Burrows as well, for value. And I wonder if there's any value you can find for us, or are we going to go with the Ross Kadesh?
No, I'm not going with Rosh Kadesh. I want to
right.
touch on my value, who's my second choice.
Okay.
And that's number 1, Cabinet Shuffle.
Yes.
I think this horse loves Greyville. Have a look at his last 2 starts at Greyville. 4 runs back, he ran 4th behind Gladiatorian. Now, Gladiatorian was slung in on that occasion.
Yes.
He had a bad draw to contend with. I think it was as much as 3.5 kilograms out with Gladiatorian. So that was an encouraging effort. Go back to the run right on top in the computer form.
It's a
Isi
Vungu
Vungu. That was in the grade 1 Mercury. He was out at the weights on that occasion.
Yes.
So his ratings plummeted. He takes on lesser opposition. So I think he does represent some value. But Cecil, a lot of these horses are in their place. But barring 2 horses, probably Apache Sun and Strathclyde. Now, Apache Sun, I'm a little bit hesitant with regards to his latest form line in saying that he is improving. But have a look at Strathclyde. He's a 3-year-old. He's only had 2 runs since being gelded. The first one was a distance sharp of his best. The second one, he went start to finish. I thought he won with a bit in hand and he only got a 3-pound penalty. Have a look at the horses drawn on his inside. They have got no gate speed. Beyond the Boundary, Ralph the Rascal, Pragmatist, Mask On. They cannot go with him when those gates open. So he'll be able to overcome this wide draw with ease. And I'm expecting him to win.
So you are going the win route.
I'm going the win route.
Bullishness indeed, and we love that. And that is now 11-2 from the 6-1, and that is Strathclyde. Well, welcome to our last look at racing for Hollywood Bets Greyville for Saturday. It is, of course, the curtain closer race number 9. And this will be fillies and mares 76 over the 1400 meters. 16:25 is the off time to race number 9. And just give us your thoughts about the Derby and the Oaks 2024 that you would have seen as races 6 and 7. Of course, they are open companied affairs as opposed to elsewhere, where they are strictly 3-year-olds. So just give us your thoughts, and it will be interesting to get your feedback. It has now been a long-standing arrangement. Right, race 9, let's get straight to the betting. Recent maiden winner number 4, Pilot Flame, 4-1, co-favorite with the 7. Pour Some Sugar on Me, 4-1, 6-1 about the 11. Nelly Melba, number 5, Higgledy Piggledy, 13-2, 7-1, and Better Barthos. It must be said, Mr. Marie, the horse that has really sort of poured a scorn on me, because it's just so consistent on all surfaces, is Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Cecil, I'm shocked with this filly. I really thought she would battle.
Yes.
But yet, at this stage, she's still improving with racing.
Yes.
And I'm confident in saying that her latest effort against the boys on turf is her best effort to date. So I can't exclude her. I think if she just reproduces a run like that, against the fairer sex or against her own sex, she'll be very competitive because she is improving and consistent. Pilot Flame, the recent maiden winner, she was hard pressed to get it done. But in saying that, she's only having a 5th start, making her handicap debut now. Hopefully by now, Auvergne
Goddess
has franked that form and done it convincingly. I thought she was a fortunate winner last time out because Auvergne was unlucky on that occasion. But in saying that, Pilot Flame does have the come on look about her, and she ticks a lot of boxes over here. When I opened the book, I thought I found a little bit of value in Kayleen. I went back. She last won off a mark of 85. She's now down to an 80. Then I had a look at her course and distance form. 6 runs for 1 win and 3 seconds. She loves it here. So then I saw Darren Burroughs' selections come through on WhatsApp, and we're on the same horse over here, Cecil. We're going for number 1, Kayleen, as the likely winner. I got healthy respect for 4 and 7.
Right, so that is Kayleen, a unanimous selection. The title says tips to Darren Burroughs, but you can add in Mr. Daryl Marie as a double assurance. And the fact that Rachel has got off Pour Some Sugar on Me onto Kayleen, maybe stable arrangements, but that should give you more confidence.